Hey, what's up everyone? In this video today I have a little product review for you. The Stihl KM-94R Combi unit. The engine on it is a 1.2 bhp. It weighs in at slightly under 9 pounds and it has about an 18-ounce fuel capacity. So it's a really good commercial grade weed eater. I've been tickled with it. You know, Stihl, I've always ran their products for about 6 years now in my business, weed eaters and blower, and they just hold up really well, you know, and reselling them, they hold their value pretty good in terms of the price that you can get. So I'm really happy with this product. It's another great product by Stihl. You know, it's really easy to use. I love the vibration reduction system on it. That's what the R stands for in the Stihl KM-94R. Anytime you have an R after the model number, that means it's going to have the vibration reduction on Stihl string trimmers. So you really start to feel that, I think, after you get the motor going past about 50% probably of its total power. Whenever you're operating at a lower speed, you can kind of feel the vibration pretty good, but once you get past that 50% mark where you're probably going to operate it most of the time, you're probably going to operate that or higher, you're really going to start to feel that vibration system kick in and help you out. And it does make quite a bit of difference, you know, especially whenever you're mowing and weed eating both for extended periods of time, you know, using this weed eater. You're going to feel that difference quite a bit kick in at the end of the day and over the course of time that you're using it. It really feels good. Now, in terms of the actual weed eater, one adjustment that I had to make, since my other one was a curved shaft and a little bit shorter than this one's really pretty tall, is, you know, I had to do my edging like this. And that's going to depend on how tall you are. Just for a reference point, I'm about 5'8"-ish, somewhere in there. So I have to do all my edging like that to be comfortable. You know, maybe if you're 6'1" or a little bit taller, or, you know, somewhere around in there, longer arms or something, different body build, maybe you can do it, you know, the more conventional, if you will, just holding the weed eater like this. But for me, I just switched to this and found it to be pretty comfortable for me. You know, the weed eater at 8.8, I think is the actual number, pounds, is really not that heavy, and you know, it's really pretty easy to use. So as far as the actual combi system, it works really well. You can detach and attach your attachments really quickly. And I didn't actually get any other attachments besides the string trimmer yet. I'm going to go ahead and wait and see what I need and get my attachments as I need them, if I do need them in the future. But I wanted to go ahead and have the ability to get that. Now, if you're wondering, the comparable product to this with just the weed eater is a FS94R. It's a pretty comparable to this KM94R. They're basically the same motor, really close, if not the same thing. So, you know, you may, if you're thinking, you know, I really don't want to, I'm not interested in any of the other attachments like a blower or, you know, a hedge trimmer or an edger, or, you know, any of the number of attachments they have, that may be the better way for you to go. I'm sure that's a great product too. It's basically the same thing as what I have here, except for this is just a combi system, which allows you to take stuff on and off pretty easily. It's a nice little feature. I'm thinking, of course, I got a little bit of a discount. It was on sale whenever I picked it up, so I'm thinking it cost me like maybe $60 more total to get this than to get the FS94R. So, you know, that wasn't too bad, and I figured, you know, I may regret not getting this if I have need for one of those attachments in the future. Now, I did go ahead and get the speed head on this, and I'm really happy that I got that, because this has saved me quite a bit of time just changing my string. And I really do recommend this product, the speed heads, the Stihl speed heads, because they save you a lot of time. Now, whenever I have to change my string, it takes me probably about a minute or less, as opposed to the ballpark of 3 to 5 minutes. And I don't feel like I'm really proficient at it yet, because I'm still pretty new at using the speed head. So I think as I get more experienced using it at that speed, you know, I could see it easily becoming a 30-second change to get the string in here. And as far as the string that I actually use, I use the Vortex Professional trimmer line, the nylon Vortex. I really like this line. I get a good cut with it, and it lasts for quite a bit of time. And I'm running the .095 by 230 size on there. If you're wondering what that is in terms of millimeters, that's 2.41 millimeters by 70. This seems to hold up really well. You know, I edge a lot of concrete on my yards and cut through a lot of weeds, and it holds up well. I'm thinking probably in the terms of 3 or 4 weeks that I've used it, I've maybe changed the string about 3 times, and I have a couple of bigger yards in terms of weed eating and edging that I use, so that I have to weed eat. So it's really holding up well. This line is. I'm really happy with it, and it gets a good cut. So speaking of the cut, let's go ahead. I'm sure you guys are ready to see how this thing actually operates. So let's go ahead and get to it and show the operation of how this thing works. Alright, so just a quick kind of a mowing and weed eating tip here before we get started. I've really found these Huck gators, these neck gators, and both the Buff brand and the Huck brand to be pretty useful. They really help as far as kind of helping control the allergies for the pollen and stuff that can kind of irritate some people, and also help you avoid the sunburn and stuff after a long day out mowing the yard. So I definitely do recommend you wear these. You can kind of take them up over your nose so that you can kind of help control your sinuses and all that, and it really helps out a lot better. So the only thing that I really have to complain about on this weed eater is the little throttle adjustment they put in. I don't really find it to be a necessary part of the product, and it's just right here, this little dial that you can kind of spin back and forth. I leave it maxed out all the way because I can control the speed of the weed eater right here with the trigger. So whenever I first started using it, I found that I could hit it quite a bit and kind of knock it down whenever I want it to be all the way up, and I had to watch that. Now after using it for a little bit, I don't have a problem knocking it down. It just doesn't seem to happen that often. I haven't had it happen in a couple of weeks really, so but that is something to be aware of if you're just first getting the weed eater. Is you might want to watch that. If you find that you're not getting the power that you need, go ahead and make sure that that's pushed up all the way. So start it, whenever you first get it, the first couple of weeks it's probably going to be a little bit slow for your first, I think Stihl says 3 gas tanks, slow to start up. So I'm starting to really get out of that period now where it starts up pretty quick. If it's been a few days since I've started it, it'll be a little bit slow sometimes, but once I start using it during the week pretty often, it gets fast, and it'll really start up really easy, and it's been a maximum probably about 30 seconds whenever I first got it, until it really starts to get warmed up good and everything. So I'm going to pump it 3 times, and then I'm going to choke it, and then I'll probably only have to pull the handle 1 to 3 times usually to get started. So let's go ahead and do it. Alright, so before we get started, I just want to kind of show you what you're seeing on here now is a little video of what the edge looked like before I'm getting ready to edge it here. That way you kind of have that as a reference point. It's a pretty good edge. I've edged this concrete quite a bit, but it does need touched up a little bit. So let's go ahead and get right to it. And if you're by chance wondering how difficult it is to get more string if you need it, as you're seeing on the screen right now, all you gotta do is just kind of push the motor a little bit while you're using it and just pop it at the end of the head on the ground. Pretty standard on weed eater heads to do that, but just thought I'd go ahead and show you that so you can have that information. Overall, guys, this is a great product. I'm really happy with it to this point. Stihl stuff usually holds up really well, and so I expect this to be pretty well the same thing. A couple of recommendations: I would recommend that trimmer line that I told you about earlier. Would also recommend the speed head. Those 2 things, 2 accessories, if you will. I really like them. I feel like they save me a lot of time. Everybody has their own line that they recommend, so if you have a different type of line that you'd recommend, go ahead and post about it. Let me know in the comments section below. I'd love to hear from you about that. Kind of see what type of line everybody's using through their weed eaters, what type of experience they have there. So thank you guys so much for watching today. I highly recommend this product. It's a great product. Really happy with it. The edge is great, and weed eat great, as you saw in the video as well. And I like the overall design of it, the weight of it, the vibration reduction system, and everything. It doesn't burn a lot of fuel. The fuel capacity is really good, and it'll last me a long time. It'll last me a whole big yard, so that's pretty good there. So thank you guys for watching today. I really appreciate it. You can subscribe to my channel here. I'd appreciate it if you did that. You can also watch another video here. Thank you guys for watching. Go have a great rest of your day.